Hello and welcome back to the Aussie Veteran. How are you all? I've got a bit of a croaky voice. I've been a bit, I spent a bit at the hospital. I must have got something at the hospital or something like that. But anyway, how have you all been? It's been a crazy, just absolutely nuts. I think people are getting worse and worse. I don't know. You tell me if you agree with me. I don't know. I went out to the shops just this morning. It's quite early still here. It's only 8 o'clock over in Western Australia. And I went out to get petrol, and people like literally, sticking fingers up like this, and doing all the for what? I'm sitting there thinking, in my younger days, mate, I would have punched your window in and just dragged you out of your car. But they're so arrogant. There's so many people that are in so much of a rush, and they're so arrogant. And look, I've got my top off today because it's nearly 30 degrees here already. So the eastern states, you're going to cop this very soon, and it's going to get hotter tomorrow as well. I believe it's going to be 36 or something, 38 today or something. Yeah, I'm not down with the heat. I left England in 1975, November 1975. We landed in Sydney, and then we travelled to Adelaide because the shipyards there. My old man was a boilermaker, pipe fitter. He's a welder sort of thing. Sorry, I'll just straighten that up a little bit. It looks a bit wonky now. And I don't think they had any idea of what they were walking into, especially landing in November, because I think they done it pretty hard. I can't remember; I was only 2, but apparently I loved it. Apparently I was just bare feet, no shirt, pair of stubby shorts, and I was gone. I was gone all day. I'd be on a push bike. Not when I was 2, when I was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I was a little bastard. I didn't like being home. I really didn't like being home, and not because of mum and dad or anything like that, or family members. It's just I wanted to be with my mates. I wanted to be on the BMX track that we had built, in the bush, and kids don't do that these days. Kids, if you ask someone to, grab a push bike, and off you go and enjoy. Couple of days of wandering around. As long as you come home at night and you let us know where you are about lunchtime, because you have to these days. There's that many fucking sickos. Excuse my friends. There's that many sickos. Lucky it's a mature audience, only. I don't no children at all. I haven't marked this video for children, so because I do drop the occasional swear word and all that, and I don't want to get hit up by YouTube. Because I like what I'm doing, and sometimes I've got nothing to say, but then sometimes I do have something to say, and then sometimes I think, should I load up and talk about this or talk about that? I know Christmas was pretty. Look, I'll be honest, it was probably my best Christmas I've had in 20 years. It really was. It was a really beautiful Christmas, and even better New Year's Eve when we sat there, my daughter and a partner and my 4 grandchildren. It was just brilliant. Watched the fireworks go up. There was thousands of people on the beach. I just couldn't believe it. And we have the luxury of just literally walking down the beach, and there was all these cars parked everywhere. And when the kids concert finishes, like the fireworks went up, that goes up about 9 o'clock. But what you notice is that like 3/4 of the people that are down there immediately leave because they've got to take the children home to bed, which is, that's obvious. But what I'm trying to, and the arrogance, this is what I was getting back to with the arrogance. People were trying to get out of there, and it didn't matter to them if they run over a kid. Seriously, they don't care. They just wanted to get out. They don't give a shit. you know. No, I'm not trying to show off all my tattoos and that. If anybody's trying, I'm just wearing a pair of shorts. I'm trying to duck down. I'll move my camera up so you don't have to see my magnificent pecs. I'm only joking. I'm only joking. But yeah, I know it's a hard time of the year. It's a very hard time. But when you're just rushing for presents and things like that, it's, you know, it becomes a rush for you because you don't care about anything else. See, well, people with, you know, like mental health and issues of anxiety and, you know, depression and PTSD and, you know, and all the things that come under the umbrella of PTSD, and you're injured and you walk a little funnier than you used to, and, you know, that sort of embarrasses you. It did embarrass me for a long time, but now I've sort of come to the point where I'm not really worried about what people think of me anymore. I really don't. I used to really worry about it, but now I'm on this channel, so I made this channel for me, basically for me. I wasn't even going to load up. I was just going to, when I first started out, because I really didn't know how to do it. It took me ages to work it out, and I was thinking, no, I'll just give up and just talk to the camera as if I'm talking to my, you know, one of my doctors or something, and I'll just take it easy, you know, and I'll just talk, because for me, when I'm talking down in this camera, it feels like I'm actually, I don't know who's listening or who's watching, and, you know, a lot of my old friends have probably watched it and thought, look at this dickhead, you know, but I don't care, I don't give a shit, you know, I am my own person. Anyone tries to do anything differently, well, be on your way, I'm not interested, you know what I mean? But just quickly back, before I play this song, actually we'll play this song now. It's a cracker. I'm sure you've all seen it all over YouTube. It is, I think it went to I think it's had like 100 million, even more views, I believe. It's just ridiculous how many people have seen this bloke. Oh, I don't think it's that much, but you know where I'm going with this. He's pretty special. This kid is from Thailand, Marcelito Pomoy. I'm sure you've heard of him. If you haven't, I'll tell you what, you're just about to. And boy, can he sing. This lad is unbelievable. He's got, I'll let you listen to it for yourself. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to let you listen to it for yourself and see what you reckon. I might put myself up in a little box there just in case there's any CCs attached to this. I don't think there is. Yeah, there is. Closed caption. All right. So we'll get into this song, and then I'll talk to you about arrogance after this and how it affects people with mental health, especially around busy holiday seasons. All right, let's get into this. This will blow your mind. This is if you haven't seen this before, this kid is unbelievable. I don't know whether he's an opera singer or a pop star, or I wouldn't have a clue. But get a load of this bite. This guy is sensational. Seriously sensational. He's really good. All right, let's go.
I pray you'll be alright. That's his voice. Watch us where we go. And help us to be wise. In times when we don't know. Let me pray. Let this be our prayer. On the verge when shadows feel louder.
Wow. Can sing what? Isn't that absolutely amazing? He is. I don't know. When I first seen that, I was like, it's like them, pretty much like the judges, you know. Then they're sitting there, these American Got Talent. They're looking around thinking, what the bloody hell's going on here? Is there a chick in there, or you know, is someone else singing? You know, Simon Cowell's like looking around with just a smile on his face. I don't know whether that's a maybe just a setup, just to, because he didn't win. I don't believe he didn't win America's Got Talent. I think he was there just for, because he'd already been so. He's a very rich boy from what he does, because in the Philippines he's massive. This guy can't walk the streets of the Philippines. You know, he's paid a lot of money, and he sings that song all over the world. He has been to like London, and he goes and visits these, and I got a feeling that he was, you know, if you watch any of these shows, and I like watching them because it brings out new talent, and I like watching these young kids sing, you know, and especially when they come out and just, you know, like a bit like Angelina Jordan. I love her. She's a cute little kid. Well, she's not anymore, but she won Norway's Got Talent when she was like 7, and then come to America's Got Talent. I think she placed second, but that didn't stop her from making records and being very popular. And she's got a cult following, and I'm one of them. She's such a good singer, but she's grown up now. She's about 21, 22, I believe. Yeah, probably even older, maybe. But she can sing. Her voice is just unique, you know. And while we're at it, just because he played that song, I'm going to give you a different angle. Well, it's not a different angle. I'm going to give you another song. Because anyone that's had a hard Christmas out there, anyone that's had you know, a lonely, boring New Year's Eve, like I've had for the last long time, but not this year. Obviously, it was really nice. But so I'll play this guy again for you, because he truly is. He's magnificent, and it deserves more coverage. So let's do him again. Let's have one more song. All right, here we go. I don't know what this song is. Oop, press play. That usually works. The crowd's all excited. Is this a Pavarotti song? sing. He's got his own niche. No wonder he's as well off as he is and as followed and loved as he is. That's just that's brilliant. I just can't. What can you say? That's brilliant. He hits them notes. Boom, boom, boing, boing, boing. He's just brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. But I wanted to play two of them songs because, as I was saying about arrogance, right? Now I believe he played them. I think he was in them shows, the American Got Talent shows, strictly like a. You know how they have like I don't know if you watch them, but if you do watch them, you'll know that they bring on real entertainers. Sometimes like Rihanna and Eminem's been on, I think, and the Jay-Z and all these popular people these days. Not my kind of not that kind of genre, but I like Eminem, but I don't like Jay-Z. I don't know why he's liked. I don't know. Anyway, maybe used to. I don't know what. Maybe I need to listen to more. Maybe. But I think he was just one of them. One of these celebrities that go on the show. I don't know if he competed or not. Well, maybe I'm wrong, but that was a. Oh well, it does say it was the championship of 2020. So it was 3 years ago. So nearly 3 years. Yeah, we're in 23. But I was talking about arrogance, about people, how they behave, around the Christmas holiday people. These are supposed to be normal people, and yet it takes people like us, well, me especially, that is, got a few screws loose in the top paddock, with mental health and issues like that, and the alcoholism and drug addicts and all that sort of stuff. I've had a shattered life, but I'm happy, man. I'm content. One day I'll see my mum, dad. In a long time, I hope. But I'll definitely see my daughter again. I know that. So that's where I stand on religion. I am religious to a point. I don't go to church. Church is in what you believe in your heart. That's my thing. And I believed a bloke walk around 2,000 years ago, or maybe longer. I don't know. But I think he was trying to share the peace, share the love. Don't shirk the meek or the people with spots all over them and all that. The people with diseases back then in them days. He wanted everyone to love each other, and he was crucified for it. That's what I believe. Right. Do I believe he ascended to heaven and his body went with him? I don't know. I don't think your body can ascend. I think his soul ascended like everybody else's. But maybe his bones are still yet to be discovered. Wouldn't that put a big, big dent in the world? I'd like it, to be honest. Then that shows me it's proof that it happened. So I don't know why the church or anyone like that get all whiskey-wasky over that sort of stuff. I think it'd be fabulous and make me believe more, to be honest. But I digress. I'm sorry, I digress all the time. I don't run off a script. I run off a script. That's just whatever comes to my mouth. And that's what I'll say. But with the arrogance, I think it's people like me and us, whoever's out there with mental health issues or anything like that, or social issues, because I've got them all. Although I am getting better at it, and I do go to pubs, and I see a lot of old people that I used to know, and they all, that I wasn't great friends with, but they all recognised me, and it's like, hey, Bo, where have you been? Where have you been? And I go into the local taverns around Rockingham. I'm pretty well known. I can go in them, no problem, without fear of But I'm one of those guys that likes to see where the exit is, and that's just a military thing. I know I want to know where the exit is, and I want to know my strategy if anything happens. But that's just me and Ed thinking like that. But it sort of ruins your night. So I've tried to stop doing that, but it's very fucking hard. I tell you, it's really hard. But it takes people like us with mental health issues to realise maybe we're the sane ones. And the people out there are the absolute fucking idiots. So, excuse my French, but they are. They think they've gone mad. You know, and I think to myself, am I the only sane person here? You know, I'm you know, we're letting people across the families across the crosswalks, you know, across the road and that, you know, and one car in particular, I held my youngest granddaughter's hand, and I was in front of my daughter and her hubby, or partner, and well, she's got one of them on, I promise her, but which I'm really excited about. It's good to see your daughter getting on, and it's good to see your kids really, really smashing life and loving life to its fullest, and that makes me so happy inside, because I don't want her to have a life like me. But she did have, for a little while, you know, she did lose her mum, she lost her sister, so she struggled for a long time, but she's found her happiness. And if only my brain worked like hers, I'd be a much better man. I really would. But I think I'm a better man now since I've come out of that coma, and since I got off all the drugs and I got off all the alcohol, and I spent 4 months in hospital getting off all that crap. You know, we're veterans. I'm just speaking about veterans here. It normally takes about, well, so the psychiatrists and I reckon they say it normally takes between 10 and 12 years for a veteran to break, unless they come home broken already. You know, I was broken already, but I still had I lost my moral compass, but I still abided by the rules of society. You know, you don't do this, you don't murder, you don't go out and do horrible things to women, and you don't touch children's, and you just don't do that, right? I still lived by that mantra, and it makes me think when I'm watching these people in the shops, and especially walking across the crossroad, a car was literally trying to nudge its way over the crosswalk hump. They're like a little slow down, you know, those slow down things, but we have them in Rockingham where they're raised along the beachfront, and each raise is like a zebra crossing. And this bloke was trying to nudge his car into families, telling families, get the fuck out of the way, you know. But what I didn't realise, it was my daughter, my grandchildren, and my son-in-law. I'm lucky my son-in-law was there, because I'd already walked up, you know. I was going to meet them at the other side of the road under this dirty big tree near my joint, just down there. And I sort of heard a commotion, and I looked back and I didn't see anything. And then this bloke drove past, screaming and yelling, trying to get out of the car while he was driving. As he come down the road past us, and I noticed my daughter's partner chasing after him. And I thought, oh, hang on, what's going on here? What's happening? You know, and then he just says, I'm going to smash him. And then I just took off. I thought, what's he going to do? You know, if he's messed with my family, I'm in, you know. So I run after him as well, and this bloke took off. He took off in the end anyway, but nothing ever come of it. But why was he such an? You know what I mean? You don't try and push over a zebra crossing while families are crossing. Now, bear in mind, this is New Year's Eve. The fireworks have just finished, and he's trying to push his way through a zebra crossing while there's families everywhere. And I'm talking like thousands and thousands of families. You wouldn't believe how big it is down this way, how big New Year's Eve is. I mean, we had Eskimo Joe playing, and we had other bands playing, and the place was just pumping. You know, and it's just, and there has to be at least 100,000 people on that beach, and in local parks right along the foreshore, because we have parks where there's barbecues and swings, and it's all family orientated. They've done a beautiful job of doing up the aqua area around here. They've spent like hundreds of millions doing it up, and it's just magnificent. I mean, I've put up photos before on Facebook of me just sitting down on the grass with a nice latte in my hand. That's brilliant. I tell you what, you just sit there, nobody in the world bothers you, you know. And I went for a run the other day. Well, let's call it a walk, jog, run. I like to keep fit, and I know my body's not up to it because I've got osteoarthritis in my hips, both my knees, and I've got two bulging discs with L3 and L4. Or was it L4 and 5? Well, one of them. I've got two bulging discs, but the bulging disc, that's why I wear this thing on my arm. It's actually a pain patch. It's the only thing that works. I can't feel my back when I have this on, but the minute I take it off, I'm in agony. My back, you know, and that's just from humping so much gear over the years. And then when you stop doing it and you get unfit, like I got up to about 120 kilo. I weigh 82 kilo now. I mean, I'm quite happy with myself, but I think I've achieved more now since I've been in the hospital, since about 2000. Oh God, I can't remember. I think it was just after Natalie passed, mother of my children. It wasn't long after that where I just lost it. You know, I had another girlfriend that didn't work out, and then it was like about 10 months, 12 months after that, I just started breaking down. It felt like, you know, I don't know. I just kept on having these screaming nightmares about these scenario over in the Middle East, which was quite bizarre because it was the same person all the time looking at me. It was the same kid all the time looking at me. And every time I looked at this kid, I could see my daughter's eyes, and I was like, oh, and it was literally driving me insane, basically. And then I got a job working away. I was up in Port Hedland, and my God, the amount of stuff I was doing in Port Hedland with medication, drugs and alcohol was just ridiculous. And that's when I went into a coma. About 9 months after I was working in Port Hedland. So I lived there. I lived in a beautiful, beautiful apartment, brand new apartments they built. It was so beautiful, and made out of single containers. But anyway, I've been talking way too long, and I know you don't like all of the Aussies' comments, but I don't want to offend anybody. All right, please don't feel offended by anything I've say. All right, I don't care what your religion is. I don't care if you're. I don't care about race. I don't care about anything like that. We're just humans. That's all I see. But the more I look at the so-called new normal humans, I think especially after the Christmas season, looking at them, I'm thinking, I think they're the ones that are sick in the head. It's not us. I think we're sane. There must be a fourth dimension. Maybe the Matrix is real. I don't know. Maybe we're all in a simulation. Wouldn't that be a crack up? Anyway, I hope you like those Marcelito Pomoy's 2 songs. I liked him, and I needed to show that. And the reason why I wanted to show that is to make people go, if you haven't seen him, to make people go, oh my God, wow. You know, and then I played the second song just as a treat, as I say to all my subs. I love you all, thank you. There was 2 beautiful songs written in there for you. Right, you've listened to Aussie Talk now for a while. I'm just so proud of the community. Thank you for all you've given me. Thank you for the messages I receive. Thank you for everything you do. I'm just blown away. I really am. And I can't thank you enough, because this is helping me, and I really hope someday that somebody can learn from my experiences, or even get in contact with me about my experiences, and maybe help them out of a hole. But as per normal, I like to show this. I like to show this because it is very important to me. So my head will disappear, so I will see you on the flip side. But these are all the, this is not just for veterans, right? Yes, there is veterans thing. It's sort of surrounded by all different sorts of ones. You've got Beyond Blue, Kids Helpline, Lifeline, Men's Helpline, Women's Helpline, Callback Suicide, 100 Respect, 1-800-628-036 for All Women's Support Line. It is. I think that says All Women's Support Line. But anyway, yeah, I think that says that. But anyway, you call any one of them if you're feeling down, you're feeling blue, whatever. Please call one of them. If it's not specific, it doesn't matter. You can call any one of them, and they will tell you to ring this number. But what they won't do, I believe, is they won't go, oh no, you need to speak to this number, and give you about 10, 15 numbers where you're waiting on the phone for like 3 hours to finally bloody talk to somebody. No, it doesn't work like that. They're pretty switched on, I believe. And these guys, if you ring, say, like Lifeline, just say, look, I'm lonely, I'm very depressed, and I just need someone to talk to, and they'll get someone out to you. They'll be able to call another service that will be able to get to you, right? Or you could go to them, right? So please do give them a look. And anyway, thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you to all the people for their messages. I thank you very much. I noticed there is some new subscribers in the thingy on my channel, so thank you very much for joining. I hope you join the content. If you don't enjoy the content, because I do music reactions, but not to the extent of what my niche is trying to complete. I'm trying to get people to open up about the mental health. Don't sit and dwell, right? It's the worst thing you can do, because you do what I did. You go down the rabbit hole, and then you're gone. And a lot of people lose their lives that way, and I don't want to hear that or see that. I'm just trying to help people. If I only help one people out of this YouTube channel, I'm happy with that. But I hope you did enjoy today's channel, and thank you for being here. I do love you all. I do wish you all peace and happiness, and a happy 2023. All right, gang. Peace. The Aussie veteran is out.